Hello, beautiful people. I am back. I know I look like something a cat just dragged in, but right now I'm not caring. Off of 3 hours of sleep, I'm exhausted. Okay, let me explain something. I had worked medical for years. For years. I am burnt out on it. I've seen things that nobody should see. And it wears you down. Now, let me explain. My husband has had seizures since he was real young. Let me backtrack a little bit. My husband has a TBI, a traumatic brain injury. He has seizures, strokes, high blood pressure, and a few other things. Well, last night, and granted, he's always had seizures, but last night he was sitting there in the chair and he goes, how did he say? He goes, I can't move. I can't move. I can't move. And then he repeatedly said it, and I was like, okay, let me go ahead and get this stuff up out of the dryer and I'll help you off to bed. I thought he was just so relaxed, from taking his night meds. No sooner did I turn my back to go pull the stuff up out of the dryer. All of a sudden, my second oldest son was here. He saw it all. All of a sudden, my husband leaned forward and vomited. Then he fell over to the right side. He fell in between the sofa and the coffee table. Luckily, he didn't break the glass coffee table. That would have been bad. And he just kept on having seizure after. Well, he would have seizure, come up out of it, go into another seizure, come up out of it, go into another one. I'm up on the phone. My son said, do I call 911? I said, yeah. So he got my husband's phone, threw it at me. So I caught it and I called 911 for him. Well, after that, he had turned around and he kind of came up out of one seizure. And I was trying to talk to him. But he was at such an angle, I couldn't. My phone is like covering my face here, is casting a shadow. Well, I couldn't see the other side of his face to see if he was actually having a stroke. No, it was a breakthrough seizure. Like I said, I've been working medical for years. I'm not doing that no more. It just wears you down after so many years, and I can't do it no more. So, but this was a seizure like I've never seen before. And I know they happen, but I've never seen my husband have this kind. The intensity of this seizure. Go into it, come out. Go into it, come out. Go into it, come out. And by the time the paramedics came here, I'm telling them to be careful because, like I said, my husband had vomited on the floor. And I didn't want them to slip and fall. So, my second oldest son, bless his heart, he had turned around and mopped the floor for me by the time I came home from the hospital. But I was calling everybody last night to start a little prayer chain for my husband. And by the time I got to the hospital, he was still having them. The doctor and the nurses were throwing everything at him but the kitchen sink to make these stop. Finally, they kinda did. And they got him to stop. And my husband's telling me afterwards, I hurt. I feel like every bone in my body is broken. Yeah, because the intensity of that seizure. I'm telling him, what they were giving him and everything to try to arrest the seizure. When I was talking to the doctor, very sweet man, he goes, prior medical, and I looked at him, I said, yeah. So I knew what I was talking about, and he wasn't going to sugarcoat it with me, which I'm thankful for. So, but my husband swears up and down he died, and that he saw his dead mom, and she's telling him it wasn't his time. He had to go back. He had to go back. But next time would be his time. He remembers that. Well, he doesn't now, but this is what he was telling me last night. He doesn't remember anything he told me last night. I told him this morning. I told him too because I'm empath. I can get somebody's life story from them within 5 minutes. Stop doing that to me, people. You're dumping your energy up on me. But that's beside the point. So, I had turned around. I told him everything that he told me last night. I said, I missed my calling up in this lifetime. He goes, what do you mean? I said, I should have been born a male and I should have been a Catholic priest. I'd get a confessional from everybody. He's Catholic. My husband is. I'm Jewish. So, yeah. Send prayers for him. Send positive vibes for him. It was horrible. He swears up and down that he did die and he saw his dead mom and she's telling him it's not his time yet. He had to go back. And I don't know what happened up in the back of the ambulance. I should have asked by the time I got there to the hospital, but I didn't. So, he's fine. He's fine now. Gave me a scare. All right, beautiful people. You all come back now, you hear?